Hello and welcome to episode 6 of CHBTV. This week we'll be talking about Frankie Corrado's incredible debut, Zack Kassian and who or what he looks like, bloggers in the new media, and whether or not to rest your players for the playoffs. I can also do 400 comments.
I like riding crazy. I like riding crazy. I like riding crazy. Come for a ride with me.
Welcome to the 6th episode of Canucks Hockey Blog TV, also known as CHBTV, out on the street. As always, Chris Golden at Light Force here, joined by Ed Lau, who is hiding.
I'm hiding.
Joined with us also Clay Imoo and Jordan Bowman.
Hello. I gotta start off by saying I feel a little misled. Where's Liz Moffat?
You know,
I thought Liz was gonna be here.
Is that why you're all dressed up?
Well, I don't know. This guy likes to look nice sometimes.
well, Liz was going to come out, but then there was this whole, streaking thing that occurred, and I don't know if Clay mentioned to you, but all of our guests, when they join us, they got to go streaking.
Oh, I was brought up to speed.
Okay, good. Good. We just want to make it clear. Chris Palliser currently has the record for views based on him dropping trowel.
Yeah.
I'm hoping you'll beat it.
Okay. Yeah.
Talk about a teaser.
We'll think about it later.
Literally and
I don't even
figuratively.
know what the temperature is outside. Nice to be here. Thank you. Hello to Canucks Hockey Blog. I want to get all 3 cameras.
Four. You want to get this one?
Oh, the little guy?
Yeah.
Hello.
This one's for me. So.
Adorable.
Yeah.
So for those of you who don't know, Jordan here's from Legion of Blog. You've probably heard him on the Legion of Blogcast, LBTV. He hangs out with some of the mainstream media at Canucks games and asks some very serious questions, such as Ballard, pirates or astronauts?
That's right.
What did you say?
Well, he wanted to specify whether I was talking about fictional pirates, like your Captain Jack Sparrows or your Captain Jack Sparrows, or real pirates. And I said, well, fictional. He was like, okay, good, because real pirates are scum, which they are. Sorry, Somalia, I'm just gonna say it. We have some scummy pirates.
Wait. Did he distinguish between real astronauts and fictional astronauts?
What are you talking about?
Because we got Buzz Lightyear,
Yes.
who is a toy and obviously not a real astronaut.
How dare you?
Okay, he's a real cartoon astronaut?
There you go.
Okay.
All right.
And like Captain Chris Hadfield.
I don't know who that is. You made that up. Not a real astronaut.
Whoa, wait a minute. Like Chris Hadfield is like the epic of awesome. When I grow up, I want to be Chris Hadfield.
What did he do? Did he blow up an asteroid and save the planet?
He's just on the International Space Station.
Bruce Willis did that.
Being awesome.
Yeah, but look what happened to Bruce Willis.
Did he rescue Woody from an evil toy collector?
No, but
Buzz
he
Lightyear did that.
tweeted William Shatner and got a tweet right back.
Well, that is pretty cool, I guess.
Save it.
Suffice to say, Chris Hadfield knew not to wear a red shirt up on the ISS.
That's good. Okay.
I mean, that's a guy who knows his stuff.
Pretty awesome.
All right, Hatfield, me and you are okay.
Speaking of okay, Ballard. He likes Ballard. I like Ballard.
I love Ballard. That guy gets a bad rap in this city.
Completely.
Everyone just dumps on him all the time. One, he's hilarious. He's very kind of sardonic and quite funny and very personable. 2, I like his style of play when he's allowed to do it.
Yes.
It's whenever he goes out of not even his comfort zone, but what he's permitted to do, and he makes one mistake, well, there's 6 games in the press
And he had
box.
Burrow setting him up. What kind of pass was that? He put it right into Ballard's feet.
Yep.
They score.
Yep.
And who gets in trouble? Our boy, KD.
If Alex Edler was held to the same standard for screw-ups as Keith Ballard was,
Well,
he'd be playing in Chicago right now.
Yeah, well,
Not
no,
the Blackhawks, the Wolves.
yeah, no.
But
Yeah.
you know what happens is Edler gets that blank check of scoring a goal, and you know what? It's all forgiven. It's all okay because he scored a goal. So 7 giveaways. Who cares? Who cares?
Well, I'm hoping that
He could have been great.
long Canucks playoff run. Maybe he's not going to win the Conn Smythe, but I think maybe
You
he'll
don't know.
maybe he'll do something awesome.
Yeah, if he does something awesome, he should win the Conn Smythe.
Guys, do you mind if I segue?
You may segue, sir.
What if Frankie Corrado won the Conn Smythe?
Nicely done.
This segue brought to you by water.
Almost like we planned it out.
Yeah.
Hey, we're a professional blog. It's possible.
Yep.
But yeah, no. Let's talk about Frankie Corrado.
Okay,
we
if
saw
we must.
his first game against Chicago.
Yeah.
It sounds like he endeared himself to the fans. He's the next coming of pretty much every good defenseman the Canucks ever had packaged in one.
Mm-hmm.
I kept seeing core, but with the or highlighted.
Oh.
Yeah.
It doesn't just sound like he endeared himself. It looked like it because, like, his first or second shift, he hit a Blackhawk into the boards. That Blackhawk hit a referee, and they both went down. If somehow Mark Messier was involved in that hit as well, that's the dream.
Oh.
That's the body check hat trick in this city.
I would give him some money right
Yes.
there.
All right, so I have heard a rumor that Mess was watching the game. He dropped his lace.
Good enough for me.
I mean, that's
Very good.
Good enough for me.
So here's the thing. Wasn't it Samuelsson who got left off the Swedish Olympic team a few years ago? Right?
Right.
And he
That was my
you know where I'm going,
favorite
right? And he got really mad,
Yeah.
and he tore it up for a bit. Didn't Corrado get cut from the World Junior Canadian team?
He did.
Yeah,
he
he
did
did.
not make it. He had a good camp.
Yeah.
Still didn't make it.
So I just think there's a little bit of, obviously he wants to prove himself well, against the best team in the league.
Fire
He did
last
great, but maybe there's a bit of Samuelsson fire in his belly type thing. Just a thought.
I think the bottom's going to drop out on this guy. It was one game.
the kid's 19, is he not?
Young guy.
1920, yeah.
1920.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's one game.
Yeah.
But regardless, he's got a right-handed shot, which apparently it is gospel in the NHL.
Yeah.
I'm kind of pissed off that my old man taught me how to shoot left because I could have had an NHL career now. Hearing that if you shoot right-handed and skate backwards,
only-
you're
Are
pretty
you
much
right-handed?
guaranteed. No, I'm like right-handed in everything except for hockey. I'm left. I'll be honest. I the whole time I was trying to think of drinks that we could use for Frank Corrado. I mean, us at CHB, we're all about the booze, and I was trying to think: is it Corrado or Corrado? Like, where's he from?
Doesn't it end with O?
It ends with O, but Corrado can turn, like the O can turn it into an A. It's the whole boss.
Why is this even a discussion? Frank Clamato.
There's our
There you
drink.
go.
Yeah, very good.
There
Is that where you were going to land
That's
on?
where I was going.
Okay,
yeah.
I'm sorry.
But we already have a Caesar.
Okay, so a Frank Colada.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah.
As in pina colada.
Franca
That's
Colada.
right.
Well, here's the thing.
Which we can only drink on vacation.
Very good.
Oh, yeah.
Too
Yeah.
As
tasty.
fellow CHBers, you know that I do not drink the alcohol, just personal choice. I love my Coke and Pepsi. But looking at that third defensive pairing last night, that almost drove me to drink.
Whoa.
Isn't that
So,
Barker and Alberts?
Barker and Alberts.
Together?
Yeah, I see this on the ice, and I'm like, so there's a whole lot of good happening here, huh? Like, we're 7-0 or something like that at this point?
I was sitting next to, I'm not gonna name names, you're not gonna give me the dish, but I was sitting next to a senior sports reporter in this town, and he was harping on Alberts quite a lot. He's like, oh, there's Alberts going, and I'm like, you know what, don't worry about it. If Albert screws up, Cam Barker's there to take care of everything.
Oh man, Cam Barker is a wall of strength.
Of
right?
course.
Yeah.
It's a paragon of virtue.
Wow.
That is a stressful defensive pairing.
Yes. Our defensive depth really drops off when you have the two KBs out.
Yeah.
Kevin Bieksa, Keith Ballard.
Well, Chris Tanev,
Oh yeah,
Oh,
your
the
favorite.
immovable object.
Yep.
I love Chris Tanev too.
So does he.
Yeah, I
See,
do.
like Corrado must come from like the Chris Tanev school of ice cold youngsters, because he didn't seem jittery at all yesterday. Like from shift one, he was out there and he was running stuff.
Well, the pass to whoever was Kane, it was behind the D line. I mean, just okay, yeah, sure. Here, throw it back up the ice.
I've seen people who've been in the league 10, 12 years do
Well,
that as accent.
Was it 2 games ago? Cam Barker had some trouble with a puck flying at him. Oh, where's the puck? Oh my God, it's in my feet. What do I do? Oh my God.
It was awesome about that. No matter when this airs, that's probably going to be true.
That's right.
2 games ago, Cam Barker made a mistake. He mishandled the puck.
Well,
Nice.
to that point though, Canucks defensive depth, that was supposed to be a strain. So is our defensive depth one guy?
You say death?
Depth.
Okay.
Well, it could be our
Hey,
depth.
yeah, that's a pretty good Freudian slip.
Because if we get the KBs back,
Yeah.
Chris Tanev back,
Yeah.
we got one of those guys who's not on the ice. You got Alberts and Barker upstairs, Frankie Corrado hanging out for good times.
Yeah.
So, I guess there's not that much depth after all.
No, I remember last year at the trade deadline, I really, really wanted them to make a run at Keith Yandel.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but I love Yandel, but I also love the idea of pairing him with Ballard, and just, if you have a problem, just throw more Keiths at it. It's like, oh, we're in trouble. Get me the Keiths. Corrado's going to have a bad game. It's going to happen.
And Parker's gonna lose the puck in his feet, right?
Yeah.
There you go.
Hey,
like
if it was Parker Lewis can't lose.
Ah! I feel like someone who knows of like an alien invasion before it's going to happen. Like, Corrado's going to have a bad game. Nobody will believe me.
You're one of those conspiracy theorists.
Well, that's easy to predict. He's a young guy. He's at the show. Like, people rag on Kassian a bit for his party. I'm probably leading that charge because I was merciless against the guy, but it's fun.
I thought you said you were partying with Kassian.
No, I couldn't hang with him.
How dare
man.
you
Not
hang
on my,
with me?
Not on my best day. He'd be pretty eloquent if he said, "How dare you hang with me?" Like, the thing about Kassian and being out at Republic and being out of the Roxy, you're going to tell me if you were a 21, 22-year-old Canadian who's a
plays on the
professional hockey player in a Canadian city that loves their hockey, like, I'm surprised that they're able to hold it together as much as they are, because I'd be fired immediately.
They have far more discipline than me.
Yeah.
I'd be out there every night.
I mean, imagine you were Shane O'Brien. I mean,
No, it's true.
I'd be what's his face? Patrick Kane. I'd be Patrick Kaning it every night.
Yeah, exactly. You're a young guy, prime of your life, professional hockey player.
Stupid rich.
You paid millions of dollars to play hockey. That's awesome.
And speaking of Kassian, has anyone ever said, or do you think that Kassian looks at all like Wyatt a little bit?
Are you going to put up a graphic?
Well, it's up to Ed.
My imagination of Kassian every time is he should wear nothing but overalls
Yeah.
Oh, and
all the time and a straw hat. That is what he should. He looks like he could be a scarecrow.
Hillbilly Jim's partner or something?
no, I'm a big believer that's Johnny Canuck right there. You just
Really?
throw him. Throw him in the plaid shirts and.
Well, it's been a long time. It's about time he's
He looks
contributing.
more like Jack Nicholson from The Shining.
Okay,
You know
sure.
who he looks like? This is a great game. Let's play.
What does
Zack
Kassian look like today?
Who does Kassian look like? What does he look like? Don't be a monster, Ed.
He could be what? I
You're
mean,
a
you
mean
can say
person.
he looks like a wolf or whatever.
He looks like a door with a hole punched in it.
I'm gonna have to end this. You got to put up. We're gonna put up a graphic somehow. We're gonna have the Johnny Canuck from the Johnny Canuck videos we love.
Yep.
Okay.
And we're gonna have Kassian, and you're gonna look at the two, and you're gonna be like, I see what Chris is saying. Chris is right.
And then
No,
Ed,
and then I'm gonna put him right next to Nicholas. What's his face in The Shining?
I'm going to send you a picture, man, so you can put this up, because yesterday when I was writing my Duncan Keith article, I had a Bloodsport GIF
This is gonna
up
be a
there,
lot
of
of
course.
editing.
The American dude in Bloodsport looks exactly like Zack Kassian.
That's right. He does.
Yes.
You know what? You're totally
Yes.
right. I'm not. You're absolutely
I'm gonna
right.
send you a
Does.
picture.
Frank Duke's his best friend.
Yes.
Yeah,
That's
he
right.
He needs more of a beard, but yeah, you're absolutely
and then
right.
Ed, to end it off, then you're gonna wipe all those down. You're gonna put a picture. I'm gonna send it to you of this guy from the Bounce commercial. It looks exactly like a mix between Zack Kassian and Wyatt Arndt, and that's how we end.
Okay,
it.
okay.
Okay, good.
Okay, viewers,
Is that okay?
we're gonna put all
fine with
four
it.
up. We're gonna put all four up, and you're gonna vote to see which one Kassian looks like the most.
Perfect.
And one of us will win.
He's going to punch me in the face one
One
of these days.
of us will win what? Like just supreme leader of the universe? Or
Yeah, let's
okay.
Supreme Leader. of the
That's a
Universe.
democratically elected office. Ed.
Oh yeah, yeah, and we'll
Well,
be voted
and the-
for by the CHBTV.
Okay.
Our fans are going to vote for this.
All right.
Hi, you've reached CHBTV, a PowerPoint presentation. So,
Moving on.
Corrado, Kassian.
Yep.
Let's actually talk about a topic regarding the team, and that is how beat up they are and the fact that the playoffs are near. We were talking about this earlier, and I think you asked a question you probably have some insight in.
I asked Vigneault, I was like, okay, you're in the playoffs now. That monkey's off your back. You've got a lot of bruised bodies out. This is before Higgins had come back. Bieksa was still out. Ballard had tweaked his back that night. I'm like, okay, you're in the show. Do you rest some guys? And he said, our goal is to win the division, and that's what we're going to do. So now that that's happened, I think you gotta... Luongo said today, I think, something along the lines of, you don't want to rest if you're a player. You want to get in the rhythm and get going. But that's kind of a Ryan Kessler attitude, where, you know what? I'm on one leg, but I'm going to go out there and play anyway, even though it's detrimental to the team. What do you guys think? Should they rest? Or?
I mean, you look at the Detroit Red Wings. How many years when the Red Wings were on top did they have, and I'm going to say it, manufactured injuries? Where all of a sudden Lidstrom had a high ankle sprain that magically repaired itself in 1 or 2 games.
Yeah.
There's so much of this. You got some older players. You can cycle through a few of them. And we already have and understand AV's going to go and run through the lines like they're in a blender. He did that last year.
Yeah.
I mean, so if we're going to do that anyway, why not rest a few players?
Like, you saw how important Chris Higgins is to Derek Roy last night. Higgins is back, and all of a sudden Roy just looks unstoppable again. You know what? Okay, well, Roy hasn't been hurt or anything yet, but Higgins has been a little bit fragile the last couple of years. Lock him up. Like, just chain him to a bed somewhere.
Yeah. Wrap him in bubble wrap.
Wrap him in bubble wrap and just, like, break glass in case of game one. And then let's get Chris Higgins back out there. If he gets injured or something, I don't care about rhythms or grooves.
Yeah.
You mean to tell me that this guy, professional athlete, can't roll out of bed game one and go, okay, it's showtime tonight, and bring that level of game? No, he needs 4 or 5 games to get his rhythm going. Come on.
Max Lapierre. He doesn't play hockey until the playoffs.
He's starting to play now.
Yes.
He played last night.
He played against
man,
St.
those hits.
Louis.
Yeah.
Wow.
He played last night. Like, now he's
Well, no,
starting.
and that's, I mean, maybe I should rephrase it, until playoff hockey.
Right.
Like, this is his preseason.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, he just turns into the Max Lapierre. That's just unbelievably worth the money we're spending for the role that he plays, and then some.
As soon as, like, playoff commercials start airing, freaking Rafi Torres turns into Wayne Gretzky. He's the most valuable player in the entire league.
Or at least Charles Gretzky, or whoever we talked about.
Curtis.
Gretzky.
Yeah. Like, Rafi Torres, like, I hate the guy.
Yeah.
I think he's, like, a dirty player and stuff, but that guy's value in the postseason has now been felt 3 times. Edmonton's run, Vancouver's run, Phoenix's run.
Yeah.
So there is definitely a dichotomy between regular season players and postseason players, and now you're starting to see that poke through with Lapierre. But dear God, let's just protect Higgins.
Well, if there's ever an NHL season where you want to sit someone out for a game, it's not going to really impact them significantly. It's now. It's such a compressed
They
schedule.
can't go up. They can't go down.
They're stuck. Yeah.
They're the 3rd seed. Done. End of story.
Yeah.
So let's.
Called some wolves.
Yeah, and it's like every time people start throwing around the, AV has lost the room, the players have tuned out AV. My counter argument to that every single time is they're professional athletes. You mean to tell me that whether they play excellent or whether they play a bit soft is totally dependent on what this other adult says to them?
Yeah.
Like, as far as resting for playoffs and needing momentum, these guys are pro athletes. They're gamers. Like, if they can't turn on a dime and flip the switch and go, let's get it done tonight, what good are they?
And who needs momentum? Who needs, chemistry? It's just about professionals matting up and doing what they have
If you
to do.
can't wake up that day and go, it's game 1 of the Stanley Cup playoffs, we've got 16 wins to make Jordan Bowman smile and make his life worth living.
Just you. Just
You okay
you.
with that?
Well, everybody else too, but like, I like to think that maybe, they're thinking about me.
So Sedins and Burrows, rest them last game. Okay, maybe not all 3, but
Let
Well,
him,
you
let him
can't
get,
rest
okay.
one Sedin.
Whoa. Actually, here's the point. Hank Sedin's sitting out a game has a bigger implication
that's true.
because of his Ironman streak.
Hank Sedin never gets to sit out a game ever.
Yeah.
No.
I mean,
He
or
sits out when Jay Boatmister
or
sits
does
out.
Hank sit out with Daniel wearing his number while he plays?
Switching jerseys at the bench, I love it.
No. I mean,
I'm almost
just,
sure they do that sometimes.
you know what? Just take the D or the H off, have them switch numbers for a game. And
And I love how you're like, we invent these chemistry and stuff because we don't really know what's going on. Moments
I'm
later,
almost
they're
sure.
switching jerseys. I'm
Almost sure.
positive of it. They're the
Almost
same
sure they
guy.
do that sometimes. Because there was a year where Henrik just started. Remember when Henrik scored 30 goals?
No.
There is no way Henrik gets a sniff at 30 goals ever again.
I don't think he took 30 shots. So
He probably took. Yeah, and I'm almost sure that was Daniel playing. They were just like.
So
Or
really
he's
it's
banking
turning-
passes off of defenders' skates in front of the net and
So
stuff.
it was Henrik that was hurt then. That's what
now?
you're saying. You're saying Henrik was hurt.
Yeah,
And
Henrik was hurt. Daniel played.
Yeah, so really
Yeah.
every Sedin injury has actually been Hank. He doesn't have
Well,
an
no,
Ironman
it's a
streak.
mixture of both, and they played rock paper scissors as kids to see who would get the.
That's
Ironman.
Chris Higgins' problem. He doesn't have a twin to be with them.
You know what?
in
The number of abs that dude has, you just clone one of them, and there's
Slice one of them off. He's got a
spare
12
hands.
pack. Just slice one off and
Just
use
throw
it.
another Higgins.
Yeah. I'm not. All right. I'm going to specify this right now. I am not a scientist. Everybody good with that? You can clone.
What?
You can clone a guy.
You know
from
what?
an app.
Dude,
You can clone him from an app.
You're a blogger, right?
Yeah.
Don't worry, you probably know just as much as a scientist does.
Thank you.
Wow.
I think.
Back to hockey.
Yes.
Good segue. We're all bloggers.
Yep.
Except one of us has an opportunity that the other two do not.
Wait,
or
is it me?
3. You are an accredited member of the media, are you not?
No.
Now he just.
Yes.
So, pretty much,
I don't get the same amount of respect. I don't command the same amount of respect because I'm a novelty
Don't worry,
act.
won't.
That's it. Like,
Hey, well, I mean, in the grand...
I'm happy with that.
Hey, in the world of the Smealosphere, you're like, pretty much, God. Because it's like every blogger's
James
dream.
Reimer, me.
Smealosphere.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like it's weird. I don't consider myself media at all. Like I am fortunate enough to be able to get to be in the room and at the game and doing and covering that kind of angle. But like, I want to be a fan first. Every single time I put fingers to keyboard, I just want to entertain and just maybe do something that other people just aren't doing because serious journalism isn't really a passion of mine. Being a member, like card-carrying member of the media, and asking them what they thought about their effort tonight and all that kind of stuff is not really a goal of mine. I got to where I am because I'm a fan who likes having fun with things. And yeah, I never want that to change. No accreditation or anything is going to...
Fair enough. So Keith, Mr. Ballard scores himself 5 goals. Not only does someone win $1 million in Safeway Score and Win, but you're in the press box to see that happen.
Now it's weird because when you're up, like it's not you don't cheer in a press box. You can't clap or anything like that. So I remember I'm a big Schrader guy, and I was at the game in the press box when Schrader got his first goal against Calgary, and then his second goal, and I thought I was gonna pop a vein in my head because it happened, and I want to go yes. I want to fist pump, and I want to do a little dance or something.
Get up there, high five Tony G.
I've been working on a dance and all sorts of stuff, but then it happened, and I was like, good for him. And I'm just trying to contain everything. But I remember watching Chris Tanev score his first goal, which was on the road, so I wasn't there. I remember Chris Tanev score his first goal, and the overtime game against Edmonton. Me and Wyatt up off the couch, high-fiving. I had bought sparklers to mark that occasion when he first played in 2011.
Hey, you had sparklers, I went straight.
I couldn't find them. So I'm running around, where are the sparklers? Where are the Chris Tanev sparklers? All I could find was birthday candles. So I'm like, blue, green, white. So, like, I love to be a fan and to be exuberant about things. And there are things that come with being media that don't really lend themselves to that.
So how do you balance that?
I suppress it. I got some ulcers. I guess I suppress it in my writing most. Where, yeah, like I'll try to have, more fun. Because, like, if you see me in the locker room cam, which I didn't know existed until someone told me I looked super lost in the dressing room once. I'm in there and I'm just in case I can get a story or two. But when the scrums dissipate, I like to kind of get in there and ask a lighter question. Because the guys who are doing what they do and asking like how'd you feel about the effort, like, this play, the guys who do what they do they're good at it. They're in that spot for a reason, and that's their spot. That's what they're doing. So I just try and do something different as much as I can. So even though I'm kind of on the inside, and when I write, I still try and be as outside as possible.
So, final words. Click.
It's going to be exciting. Whenever this show airs, and I think we got 1 or 2 games left, we'll figure that out. It's going to be really interesting. I have no problem with the Canucks resting a couple guys. Don't worry about the momentum thing. Just come in as healthy as you can. Play hard, play like men, and keep Ballard out there, and we'll be fine.
You know what? Let's split this into 3 episodes like The Hobbit, and just release one every day. It's like 3 days of CHBTV. My final words, I want to say I'm a huge fan of CHB. I enjoy the work you guys do.
Okay.
And as far as what we were talking about earlier, like mainstream media and stuff, when it comes to what I want to read in regards to the Canucks, it's the blogs. It's, I don't even want to use the word amateur because people's opinions are as, more valid. And maybe, hey, a gun without a silencer is pretty darn loud. So, you guys, there are other guys, which I guess I'm not supposed to. Do I mention the other?
No, you can mention all the other blogs.
It's up to him if he edits it.
Okay, yeah.
We'll just go.
There's Canucks Hockey
I'm going
Blog.
to create so many continuity errors like that. So many continuity errors, so you can't edit around
You
it.
gotta take up your time. Take up your time.
But yeah, you guys, Canucks Army, Pass it to Boulis, I'm gonna feel like a dick for leaving somebody out.
Nucks
but
misconduct.
Nucks misconduct, like
Canucks corner.
when it comes to
fucked
like
in the head.
okay, what am I gonna read? It's the blogs. It's people with not necessarily a fresh take on things, but just I don't know. There's something
different.
There's something different.
So you're a big fan of the Smealosphere.
I am, absolutely. That's, like I said, that's the stuff that I read.
Yeah. All I know, though, is I do like the idea that we break this episode into 3 different versions, because at some point I want to go, thou shalt not blog!
And then I'll go, okay. And I take a week off and blog it.
Yeah, see?
Where no more posts? Oh, Light Force said I was
You know,
couldn't.
Ed.
I just had an idea. You know what we need to do? We need to have like a 2-part one of these where we do the first half with us and the second half on your show.
That's cool. I like that.
We'll be like CSI and CSI Miami.
Nice.
Like, collab. Yeah.
CSI is my initials, actually. Clayton Sean Emo, just throwing that out there. I couldn't fit the A.
How did you not play that up when you were younger?
Oh, believe me, I did.
Okay, we're doing that next time.
Yeah, no, that's pretty cool. As for final words from me, I've got absolutely none whatsoever. I'm all out of words. All out of words, my friend.
All right, we're going streak.
Yeah, but
Time to go straight.
just want to thank everyone, obviously, for stopping by Canucks Hockey Blog, watching CHBTV. You can find us anytime you want at CanucksHockeyBlog.com, CHBTV.com, at Canucks Hockey on Twitter. So on behalf of myself, Chris Golden, Clay Imoo, Jordan Bowman, Ed Lau, and
Liz,
our
who didn't
fabulous
show up.
guy behind the scenes, Sean Imoo.
Very good, Sean.
Thanks for coming out. We'll see you again next episode.
Thank you, Ram.
I like